Hey, what's going on? Good morning. It's a little before 8 o'clock on a Thursday. I just walked past, that's the Thang La BTS down the way, and I'm walking in the direction of the Ekkamai train station. I'm standing at the top of Sukhumvit Soi 40, I believe, yes. And across the way is the odd side Sukhumvit Soi 59 and the newish Intercontinental. I forget what hotel it used to be, but it's rebranded. There's another Intercontinental down by Central World. I forget what this is on the right here. It's like a Uniseco or one of these international type organizations. Well, let's walk in this direction. Head on down towards the Ekkamai BTS. And it's probably the hottest time of the year here in May, and it's roasting. It's no joke. It's probably 85 degrees right now before 8 o'clock in the morning. Luckily it rained pretty hard last night, and it's still kind of lightly sprinkling on me, so keeping things cool. That 85 feels like, I don't know, 84 degrees. It's not bad. I'm not complaining. There's a little bit of a storm breeze, I guess, so that helps. That's probably the main issue with Bangkok. In between the large buildings, you just get that stagnant air, and it just makes things feel 20 degrees hotter. Right next door to the Intercontinental's the fancy Hyde building. There's some beautiful high-priced apartments in this Thang La heading up towards Ekkamai area. I was right, some type of United Nations CMO Minister of Education building. And that building is beautiful, the Fullerton. There's a billboard over there on the Hyde. It says limited time offer starting at 10.9 million baht. I assume that's for a studio. I could be wrong. Maybe they only have one bedrooms. It's kind of interesting. I pay less than $600 US, maybe $625, depending on the exchange rate. And every rental is 9 out of 10 times it's also for sale. Well, I looked up the sale price, and it was, at the time, 185,000 US. It just didn't add up. Not that I am real anxious to purchase, but if it had been 70,000 or 80,000 US, I may have considered it. I just don't understand. Sometimes the rent is so cheap and the sales price is much higher compared to the rent. Now, I came back from my California trip, and Bourne had collected my mail, and there were all kinds of little ads for apartments that are now for sale for 140,000 US. She seems to think many of the Thais are trying to run away from those higher priced buildings. I think that earthquake really scared people. I've never really walked back here. I'm not sure what soi this is. I think it's 40/1, or I don't know. It might be hidden in the trees here. Across the street is we're almost at the Ekkamai BTS and bus station. I forget what it's called, something Cineplex. There's a movie theater. Yeah, the major Cineplex. We've had a good time in there at the movies, and there's also a bowling alley with karaoke rooms. What is the soi across the way? Sukhumvit Soi 61. That's a really nice little street with plenty of 4- and 6-story buildings. And over here where that guard is standing by, it's like a museum, nature center. I was gonna say aquarium, but that's not right. I've never really walked down here. I don't like to do a lot of filming where there's just schools. No, you know, I think I am gonna walk back there. I have no idea what is all the way back there. I think it's 2 schools. And I see the Center for Science Learning, Promotion, and Development. And if you're new to my channel, this is what it's about. Just out wandering around, checking out Bangkok. Mostly in the expat area off the Sukhumvit Green Line, although I pretty much hit every train now. The Center for Science Learning, Promotion, and Development. These are some official government looking guys. And off of Sukhumvit, yeah, there it is. There's a Bangkok Planetarium. Sometimes I'll see a bunch of school kids running around in there. But in all my years running through this little area, there's still little soys I've missed, and this is one of them. I think I just assumed it was a school that stopped right here. The digital center back there. Anyhow, if you're new to my channel, I'm just out wandering around. If you want to follow along and see the sights with me, every now and then I'll get an interesting comment. What a boring video. All this guy showed was walking down the street. Well, the video's called a street tour of XYZ Street. I'm not sure where the surprise came in for that gentleman, but it takes all kinds. Yeah, it looks like it does dead end back here. And this is the large gates they put around a construction site. I am gonna weasel my way back there. It may dead end right there as well. I'm gonna guess this is a Thai school compared to many of the international schools around town. Very expensive, the English immersion, and there's another type of school that is somewhere in the middle. Maybe this is an international school, I don't know. I guess we got more rain last night than I thought. The soccer pitch, is that what we're calling it? Or football pitch? I don't know. I learned everything about soccer from Ted Lasso. Yeah, I'm not going to walk in there. That is a school, and this says it's a digital center, probably part of the school. That's good to see. You start these kids young on the stick an iPad in their hand at a very young age, and some people like that, other people may not, but it's reality these days. Before I walk back out to Sukhumvit and head off in the direction of the bus station, I'm gonna walk back here just because I never have. I am 99% sure I'm not gonna be able to go to the left around the Planetarium, but let me see what's back here. I see some little food stalls, probably for the workers. And it'd be interesting to see what they build here on the right. I've always lived in a high-rise. It's just kind of the easiest thing to do, but there are so many small apartment buildings around town. As I'm out doing these walks, I always tell myself it'd be nice to get like the top floor of a little 3-story building, and who knows, maybe it's 2 bedrooms and a couple of balconies and all kinds of opening windows. Might be a nice way to live. And that's kind of cool. I have some old airplanes on a stick. And that's it for me. It just dead ends right here. A couple more guards hanging out. And I just asked the guards. They spoke limited English, but they said, yeah, come on in, take a look. Little food center over here. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get out by Sukhumvit over here. I might have to backtrack. You can see the train there on the BTS. Oh, it's an old jet. I have no idea. Is that a, what they call those, a Sabre? It has some Thai markings. On this this dual engine is fiberglass, has seen better days. The Civil Aviation Training Center of Thailand. Looks like there's all kinds of little shops over here for when all the kids are running around, and teachers. A couple of them are open. Food court. People getting some drinks and coffees. I'm a little confused. I guess this is two areas. Maybe the planetarium is over here, and I don't know what this is, a little aviation area. But I'll walk around until they tell me to leave. And I think that is the planetarium off to my left. He didn't speak much English, but one of the guards just came over and said, "Oh yeah, when you're done, you know, head back over that way, the way you walked." I think he saw me heading over towards that planetarium that's closed. This says it's from the Royal Thai Air Force. And I like these air stairs. And I'm back out on the street with no signpost down there. I'm guessing it's 40/1. I don't think it's 42, but I'm not sure. The planetarium's off to my right. I might make my way back up to Sukhumvit. And I'm not far from Ekkamai BTS on the right and the bus station. And the planetarium says you have to buy tickets, open Tuesday through Sunday, I think, and open at 7 a.m. I'm sure it's more a thing for the school kids. So I'm looking down the way. That is the Octave Rooftop Bar at the top of the Marriott, Sukhumvit Soi 57. Some beautiful buildings in this area. And I'm not sure if this is part of the planetarium. It's like a whole bunch of little science centers. Just across the street from the major Simplex movie theater. Yeah, I think this is just another entrance over to the ticket room. Probably gonna chase me out of here, but let me peek over here. Yeah, they're just cleaning up the area. I'm pretty sure that's the side view of that Fullerton apartment building next to the Hyde. And I don't remember that artwork on that top of Sukhumvit Soi 61 building. It looks nice. Looks like they have a full dome movie list. And the busy street in Ekkamai, Sukhumvit Soi 63, this 61, it's a nice little alternative. That's kind of my way to go. Have a nice little mellow street and be able to cut in between a hotel or a couple of businesses and pop out on a main drag area. Center for Science Learning. And then over here is a sign for the Bangkok Planetarium. Now straight ahead, whatever that is, 200 feet, is the Ekkamai BTS. And this is Mark Wien's Pad Krapau store in the corner of the parking lot of the, I guess it's called the Eastern Bus Station. It's just the Ekkamai bus station. If you want to try Pad Mark, open from 10 till 19:30. Last order at 7 p.m. And there's the menu. My girlfriend Boone said, "Why is it so expensive?" Just because he's on YouTube. She does like to save a little bit of money. Old school Bangkok resident. That's the Bangkok, what does it say? Bangkok, US, Bangkok something terminal. Eastern. For instance, we're heading off to Pattaya, and I think we're heading out to the island of Koh Larn, just off of Pattaya, and she wants to take the government bus here. It's cheap enough, and we've been on the bus together. But I offered to, let me just get us a private car. It's 1,200 baht. Door-to-door service, and she says, why are we wasting that money? Let's just come here and we can use that money for a couple of nice meals. The first window right there, that is the government bus, and this is the government bus right here, the Bangkok to Pattaya. That one is half empty. Now if you come down here on a Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock, you might have to wait a couple of buses, or at least one, because they sell out fast. I'll walk in here and you'll see different guys are yelling, "Pattaya, Pattaya, Pattaya." and you ask them and they'll say the bus is leaving in 5 minutes. That's one of those minivans, and I kind of recommend against that. Come here to the first window. It's 131 baht, platform 15, and you're assigned a seat. Some of those minivans, they'll stick an incredible amount of people in there. You see the guy down the way kind of hawking for his minivan. And this little suitcase, this guy might be expected, or her, to hold that suitcase if they can stuff a few more people in there. So go for the government bus. You'll see a line of people. Now he is showing his reservation he made online. I tried to do that before. It's half in Thai, half in English, and then it kind of crashes. Yeah, you can do it. And here, like if I wanted to take the bus this afternoon, I used to be able to walk up and say, sell me a ticket right now for the bus in 5 hours. They seem to stop doing that, or maybe it's just been my luck. I've asked twice and they said no can do. You need to get the bus tomorrow when you're traveling. But in Pattaya, they seem to not have a problem with it. So I'll oftentimes take the bus in, and the second I get there, I'll buy my ticket for the noon bus coming home on Sunday, and I don't show up until 10 to noon. Now, if you were to walk in at 10 to noon and try to get on that bus, it might say you have to wait 2 buses and leave at 2 o'clock. And there are buses going to all points around Bangkok. This is a major bus station along with Mochit on the other end of the city. I don't know if Mochit goes to Pattaya anymore. I think you're supposed to come here. I know Suvarnabhumi goes to Jamtien. These are more private buses over here, not the government bus that I know of. These are not that big a deal. At least they're a little bus. Those might be part of the government. The government buses is just, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm always on that big Greyhound style bus with my assigned seat. You can see back in the distance there, the little Toyota minivan. Those I try to avoid. But I'll leave that up to you. I think the bus goes every hour. $8:30 Pattaya. Now I'm usually traveling light. If you're dragging a big heavy suitcase, I think you're expected to pay. I'm not sure. Sometimes they have a scale sitting here. Just a little tiny suitcase. I don't even think they're gonna bother weighing that, but just keep in mind if you're dragging your big heavy case, you might want to just prepay that when you're buying your ticket. And as you can see, just since I walked up, the line for the government bus is whatever that is, 10 people long, and this guy's yelling for the minibus. And okay, he's got some customer that probably doesn't know it's a minibus. Now his minibus is leaving in 3 minutes, and these folks getting tickets, they're probably going to be told they have to wait an hour for the 9:30 bus. But that's still probably worth it to me to have my own seat and not hold my bag in my lap. And you can hear all kinds of hawkers for Pattaya, and everybody's just staying in that government line. Window number 30. I personally never did the 10 or 12-hour bus trips across Thailand, but they're there if you need them. And a lot of these minivans will even pull over here after they've departed, just in case they can squeeze in 1 or 2 more customers. I get it, it's business, but they also kind of have a reputation of driving a little fast. And this is Sukhumvit Soi 63, the main drag here in Ekkamai, all kinds of high rises. I've did many videos up and down 63 and all the little side sois. So just hit the search bar at the top of my page. Put in any soy, especially off Sukhumvit. There's a whole Sukhumvit playlist. And it'll pop up. So thank you so much for walking along with me. This run in between Tonglan up here to the Ekkamai BTS station. I'm gonna jump on the train and head home, maybe get a bowl of soup at Rung Rung Noodles there on Soi 26, one of my favorite spots. one of my favorite cities in the world, Bangkok, Thailand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.